Welcome back, YouTube, to another video. Since my predictions and reactions to conference championship was so quick, I'll post my NFL draft top offensive prospects. We'll start up here with QBs. Obviously, number one is Trevor Lawrence, but I think by not that much from number two. He got 69 completion percentage, 3,153 yards, 24 touchdowns, 5 picks. There's really there's no downside to Trevor Lawrence. I think there's no downside with Zach Wilson either, but I'll give the edge to Trevor Lawrence because I just feel like he has that it factor. Like, I don't know. Like, I think Zach Wilson has that too, but I think Trevor Lawrence has more of it. But yeah, number two, Zach Wilson, 73 completion percentage, 3,692 yards, 33 touchdowns and 3 picks. He is a tremendous athlete. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be my favorite to win Rookie of the Year. If one of those really good receivers don't win it, it's gonna be him, I think. 3, Mac Jones, 77 completion percentage, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 4 picks. A great season. Tremendous season. Trey Lance, he did not play in 2020 season. He did play, but he sat out for the rest of the season. So his 2019 season, 66 completion percentage, 2,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, 0 picks, which is incredible. That's crazy. Even for what college he played for, it's still crazy. And then 5, Justin Fields. I'm not high on Justin Fields. I put him at 5, but I can easily see him being a bust. 70%, 2,100 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 picks. I'm not as high as Justin Fields on a lot of people, but I can see him being good. But I'm just not as high as a lot of people are for him. I think he'll go out of the top 10. Running backs, kind of hard, but also kind of easy. Travis Etienne, I'm pretty sure to say I'm honestly not sure how to say his name. This was his worst season, but still a great season. 914 yards, 5.4 average, 14 touchdowns, 50 receptions for 600 yards. So, great receiving season for him. Najee Harris, this was his year, man. He's going to get drafted real high because of this year. 1,400 yards, 5.8 average, 26 touchdowns, 43 receptions, and 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. Jarrett Patterson, he's interesting because he had 1,000 yards for 7.6 average and 19 touchdowns. But as I wrote down, he had a 2-game stretch of 700 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's like majority of his stats. So I don't know if he's going to work, or maybe he's just a big play running back. So I think he could work. When those games, he looked tremendous running the football. We're just going to have to see. I think he's going to be like a 3rd, 4th round pick. Chuba Howard, one of my favorite players coming into the draft. He's from Oklahoma State, so I'm an Oklahoma fan. I always used to watch him. I think he's going to be a 4th to 5th round steal. I think whatever team gets him, he's going to be an instant impact. I really like Chuba Howard. 600 yards, 4.7 average, 5 TDs. The year before that, he had over 2,000 yards and over 20 touchdowns. That was like one of my favorite college seasons from a running back. I really like Hubbard. Zamir Wright, I'm pretty sure he's coming out. I think he has the potential to be something. Over 700 yards, 5-year average, 11 touchdowns. I'm not 100% sure he's coming out, but I think he has potential to do something special. Receivers, this is a hard one because the receiver class is draft deep this year. Chris Olave is also not coming out this year, so that's crazy. I think by far number 1 is Ja'Marr Chase, 84 receptions, 1,780 yards, 20 touchdowns. And I don't think this was this year, but I don't think he played this year. I think he opted out. So yeah, that was his recent year with Joe Burrow. And then number 2, Devontae Smith, obviously probably a top 10 pick too. Over 100 receptions, 1,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, incredible season. 3, Jalen Waddle, another great Alabama receiver. He's one of my favorite receivers coming out in this draft. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did have a torn ACL, missed most of the year, but he'll be fine. Rondale Moore, same as him. He missed most of the year, but I think he's going to be a special talent. And 5, Terrence Marshall, LSU. 2 LSU and 2 Alabama in here. And a Big Ten receiver in here, too. 700 yards, 10 touchdowns. He's a good receiver. He's going to be solid. Tight ends. I think this is one of the deepest tight end crews I've seen in a while for the draft. Kyle Pitts, number 1. 43 receptions, 700 yards, 12 touchdowns. Great season. I think he'll be a really good, reliable threat. I think he'll be an every down receiver. Pat Freemouth, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, they're not butcher that. 23 receptions, 310 yards, 1 TD. Pretty much everyone on that Penn State team struggled. So I want to take those stats out of hand. I think he's gonna be a great talent. I watched some high moments from him. So yeah, that whole Penn State team struggled. So yeah, Brevin Jordan, very athletic guy out of Miami Hurricanes. 40 receptions, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Very solid season. And for not having that good of a quarterback, I mean, Darian King is more of a runner. So that's a pretty good stats for having a running quarterback. Charlie Kolar out of Iowa State, very solid tight end, 600 yards, 7 touchdowns. And then Jamie Ruckett, put him in there. I think he'll be a good red zone threat, 13 catches for 5 touchdowns. I think he'll be a red zone threat mostly, but yeah. So that will be my offensive prospects. I will get my defensive prospects out there because I am only making one mock draft. Because I want to see how much of it I get right. So I will be only making one mock drafts. I won't be posting that much off-season videos. So I'll probably post a free agent prediction, mock draft, and then my defensive prospects, Super Bowl reactions, even though I won't be watching the game. I'll react to the stats and stuff, Super Bowl MVP and stuff like that. But that will be the end of the video, and peace.